Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a Hemingway fly, and this is going to be slightly based on my generic nymph. Call this a Hemingway generic nymph. But the hook that I have in the vise is a 14, 2 extra long, and I have a 3mm. I have a gold bead on here. You could put whatever color bead you have you'd like on there. Gold is good. The metallic coffee would be nice. Black is always good. But this particular bead is not a. This is just a brass bead. It's not tungsten. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 10 thousandths lead-free wire. You could use lead wire, lead-free wire. In my state, lead wire is not outlawed yet. So I'm going to take that 10,000 actually lead wire. I actually like using lead better than the lead-free. It breaks a lot easier. I'm going to put about 20 wraps on here. 1, 2. Get 21. Push that up in there. And we got most of it on the thorax area, which is nice. We want to get that thorax a little bit thicker, and that lead helps. And again, like I said, if you have a regulation where you're going to fish that prohibits lead, then use lead-free. I'm going to use Hemingway. This is a olive gray thread. Color of the thread isn't real important, although you don't really want to use a dark thread. You don't want to use black. I just made one with black and it came out fine. But if you use a color that is closer to what you're tying, it's a little better. I'm going to bring my thread back to the tail area there. Now for the tail and the back of the abdomen, I'm going to use this is Pheasant Tail Center, and I'm going to take about there's probably 8 or 10 here. And we're going to tie that tail. I'm just going to give it a couple of wraps and then I'll pull it to size. Pull that into the size I want. Something about half the size of the body. I'm going to give it a tight wrap. I'm going to fold it back and I'm going to tie that back for right now. Let me go back here. Now I'm going to put a rib in, and again the rib is going to be your choice. I have a copper rib here. That's what I'm going to use. But you can make the rib any color you want. You could use a gold one if you want. Like cup, or you can use even a black one. That'll put nice segments on the fly. But I like the copper. And I'm going to bring that up to the front. Now I'm going to take the Hemingway Mayfly Nymph rubber legs, and here we go. This is a small brown one for the size 14. I'm going to tie that tab right in there, and you always leave them. That looks like I got a half of a leg missing. No, it's there. We're going to tie that in right there, right up to the bead. Keep it on top and secure that. Then we're going to bring that back. Get that rib separated from my pheasant tail there. And we're going to bring that back. Now we're going to put dubbing on there, and I'm going to use olive brown dubbing, and this is a hair blend olive brown. And the big thing with this, and if you turn over rocks, you're going to see, I'm going to turn that upside down so I can dub, but if you turn over rocks, you're going to see, take those nymphs and turn them over, and they're like an olive brown color on the bottom. So when they're free and they're floating, you know, they're going to see, the trout are going to see dark and then light, dark and then light. Go ahead and dub this. Pulled out way too much for the moment. But we're going to and we're going to go ahead and wrap that. I'm going to get that first couple of wraps while I'm there. And we'll bring that up. And you could get a taper on your body there. Just simply by going over it. Don't put too much dubbing on. Check the bottom. Okay, that looks pretty good. Can always add more dubbing. Just want another little pinch here. Just want to bring it a little bit further. And still it's in the way of my fingers there. There we go. And I'll get that a little bit heftier right there. I'm going to take my pheasant tail and I'm going to make sure that this is flat. Get all of the fibers flattened out there. Get them flat against the back. Go ahead and remove that excess. Poke and snip came in nice and handy there. I'm going to wrap my rib, and again I'm counter wrapping to keep the practice muscle memory to counter wrap on your rib. And bring that right up. Tie that off. Come on. It's extra fine copper wire. It breaks easily. Now I'm going to measure my body here. It's actually going to be up there a little bit. Okay. I'm going to dub my thorax. Same stuff. This noodle could be a little heavier. And you want to get that, fatten up that thorax there. See what we got with this. I'm going to bring that right up tight to the bead to make sure you push that rubber leg right up to that bead. And we're going to bring that back. I'm going to measure where, I want to bring it back a little bit further so I can get up between the back set of legs. Now I'm going to take just a very small amount of dubbing, just enough to kind of cover that thread. I'm going to fold that. I'm going to go between the second and third set of legs. Then I'm going to go up between, see, that's a little bit heavy on that dubbing. I'm going to go between the next set. And now when I come to the top, I'm going to, let me get my bodkin needle. Now you see here, I'm going to catch that right there, that little bit of rubber there, and a little bit on the other side. And what that's going to do is it's going to pull those front legs forward, and you'll get a nice separation. And we could take that and finish that off. Take our whip finish and finish that. And you really don't even need to use dubbing on the top if your thread matches the body, the dubbing color, pretty good. But I always put the dubbing on there. It's not going to be on there forever. I'm sure a couple of fish, that'll come off. Go ahead and tighten that up. Take the poke and snip, a little bit of head cement. I got one hair down there. There we go. And here we have a Hemingway generic nymph. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors and let them know that I sent you. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase any flies that I make, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. And if you don't see it on there, just send me a message and I'll get right back to you and we'll figure out what you want. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.